Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Don Valley Stadium, where today's visitors are top of the table Warrington. Another vital First Division clash. Warrington will be determined to maintain their position at the top of the table, and the Eagles, of course, will be just as determined to climb their way up from 9th position. I have with me today Bill Stewartson, our friend from Warrington. Hiya, Bill.
Hello, Mick. Thanks very much. Good to be back at a freezing cold Don Valley. Good to see so many people turning up to watch the Eagles these days, Mick.
Would I right in assuming that you're in favour of summer rugby, Bill?
Well, I've been saying this for years. The sooner we start the season in March, the better. Whatever, I believe there's been a study done on that, and we are actually going to get a move for summer rugby league, Mick.
I'm all in favour. I agree with you totally on that. Well, today's conditions are really perfect for rugby league. It is a bit chilly, but the ground is in perfect condition. There's a slight breeze from our right to our left. And we'll just run through the teams for you. Sheffield take the field. Sheffield have at full-back Gamson. On the wings, Stott and Mann. In the centres, Price and Daryl Powell, the club captain, making a return after a few weeks' absence. Half-backs, Sheridan and Aston. The front row, Thompson, Jackson and Hughes. The back three, Maguire, Cook and Farrell. Replacements today for the Eagles are Fraser and Randall. Warrington have at full-back Penny. On the wings, Forster and Myler. In the centres, Rudd and Davis. Half-backs, Ellis and Mackey. The front row, Chambers, Thursfield and Tees. The back three, Cullen, Elliott and Shelford. And replacements today for the wire are Gregory and Teitzel. That's Mike Gregory, of course, the ex-Great Britain captain. Well, Bill, looking at that back line for Warrington, you've got a nice blend of youth and experience there.
Well, like you say, Mick, you've got young Dave Elliott. The likes of Kelly Shelford can cause anything. Paul Cullen, been on the scene for years, seen it all, been on top of his game, a feature of Warrington's game. Brian Johnson has got so many players in the 13 there who can switch about. You've got big backs, you know. It should be interesting to see today if Warrington can capitalise on the form against Castleford last week when they were without Kelly Shelford. He's instrumental. But I interviewed Paul Cullen last week, and he said that coming to Don Valley Stadium, it's a bogey ground for the Warrington club. They are treating the Eagles with the utmost respect and recognise them as a hard-hitting team, and they will be giving 100% and a professional attitude to try and stay on top of the league.
Well, that all augurs well for a cracking game of First Division football, which we've been treated to at the Don Valley Stadium all season, and I'm sure the Warrington fans have had a good season too watching their team. Today's match official is Mr. Colin Morris. He's waved his hands up. Oh, I thought Mr. Morris had sent somebody off already, but no, he's just signalling the timekeeper. So Mark Aston, with a slight wind in his favour, gets the game away. Kicks deep into the corner. And Mackey made a mistake and touched that ball. The linesman ruling that Mackey had played at the ball and actually got contact. So that's first mistake goes down to Warrington, and the Eagles with a good position early on. Aston to Sheridan, brings Powell into the game very quickly, and Powell strongly gets through that first line of defenders. Only Jackson catching the wire defence, a little bit napping then, a little bit cold. It's a try for Daryl Powell. Well, that all goes down to Greg Mackey there, just couldn't resist a touch at the ball. The Eagles came up with the ball from the scrum. Good work from Lee Jackson out of the half-back area, just got the wire defence right back on the line, Bill, and then Daryl Powell just picked up, and the wire defence just sprung the trap too quickly, didn't watch Daryl.
Well, they were that busy watching international hooker Lee Jackson. Daryl Powell took the ball there. Super work from the Eagles. Crashes in under the post. Perfect start. 100 career tries for Daryl Powell. Great start for the Eagles, Mick.
Certainly was. You can't get a better start to score on your first set of 6. Straight from the kick-off. And that was our semi-official timekeeper. Mark Aston adds the goals. clocked that try at 41 seconds, which is pretty quick in the first division these days.
The score now, Eagles 6, Warrington 0.
So 6-0 and the Eagles off to a flying start, but still a long way to go in this game. And Jonathan Davis restarts the game, lofts it high, drops in. And Linton Stock works his way upfield. Linton, of course, signed from Warrington, from Woolston at Warrington, so will have a lot to prove, Linton, to his own town club. We'll be saying to him every time he gets the ball, well, here, look what you've missed. Ian Hughes in at number 10 today, hitting the ball up hard and tough. Kick is on, Aston, downfield, goes for the corner, and that's a perfect kick. Well, that's a good set again from the Eagles, Bill.
Super set and a wonderful kick at the end of it. I've seen in recent weeks, Mick, that Sheffield have had one or two bad results. They've come out today. I don't think they're going to let anybody get away with anything, and it's building up to be a wonderful game for us, Mick.
So the Eagles in good position. Mackey brings Forster in. He's tackled by Farrell. Sporting headgear today for the first time. That's good defence again from the Eagles. Big power defence. Good pursuit. Early engagement. And that time, Anthony Farrell just not making the yardage back. And Jonathan Davis has caught him napping. This is dangerous. Davis has stepped his man. He's gone round them. Good play, Jonathan Davis. And the Eagles lacking concentration then. Thinking because they were deep in wire territory, it was going to be a kick downfield, but Jonathan Davis had other ideas. Eagles set now in defence. Mackey spreads the ball. This is Davis again, gets one over the top. And knock-on rules, Mr. Morris. I didn't see a knock-on there myself, but it's a long way from us, Bill. Did you see a wire end knock that ball down?
Well, I think the final pass that was thrown out by Jonathan Davis was fumbled. Whether it went forward or not, I wouldn't like to say. Colin Morris is on the job. Good to see. We've only been playing, Mick. What is it? We're only in the 4th minute. We've had loads of attacking rugby at both ends. What a game.
Yeah. And last season's game here, of course. Mark Aston comes up with the ball from that scrum. Last season's game here at the Don Valley between these two teams produced an enthralling encounter of rugby league football. First division football at its best last season. Maguire with his first touch of the ball. This is Hughes. That's good progress from Ian Hughes. Shelford and Thursfield in on the defence. And again, Mark Ashton throws it over into the corner. And Lee Penny. Warrington with some good backs. Penny, Myler, and of course Chris Rudd and Forster can all leg it. And Jonathan Davis, we've just seen, he's not slow either. This is Chambers working his way up. Had an outstanding season so far, Gary Chambers. Mackey trying to work the magic, gets a lovely little ball to tease. Oh, Warrington trying to spread the ball, but Ellis just didn't quite connect with that pass. Must say, Bill, these jerseys seem a little confused and they had the body shapes of players. I think that's a mistake that too many clubs are making.
Well, everybody's been knocking the striped shirts. Last year, everybody knocked the so-called Christmas tree away strip, whatever. Clubs are trying to make a few quid out of it. You can't knock them for that. Good to see under the two coaches today, Brian Johnson and Bill Gardner, at all times attack is foremost in both the players' minds, Mick.
Well, both Australian coaches and the Eagles working the ball away. This is David Mann. David Mann growing in confidence game by game. Richard Price away from acting half-back. That's slack defence from the wire. Nobody at home in that market area. Alex Thompson So the Eagles making good progress. Ian Hughes brings Maguire off to Farrell. Oh, strong play from Anthony Farrell. Would not be down then. 3 Warrington players had to go with him. Aston has Maguire on the charge. Gets it off to Powell. Powell back out of the back door to Aston. Aston bounce to Sheridan. Sheridan keeps it alive. This is Mick Cook. Won't get a pass in. Well, that's been a feature of Eagles play this season, Bill. The determination to keep the ball alive.
Well, there's nothing more exciting for the rugby league supporter than the ball coming out of tackles when you think it is in fact dead. But also a strong feature of Warrington's game. Brian Johnson spends a lot of time on defence drills. This really is adding up to be a close encounter, Mick. Mick?
Yes, certainly is, Bill. It's ding-dong. It's end-to-end stuff, literally. This time, Davis going for the line. And that goes just 5 metres inside the Eagle territory. So Warrington with a good position. Chambers drags the ball in, makes good progress. Gets to the Eagle 30 line. This is Tees. Warrington stacking up. Deep and wide. Out on their right. Playing the numbers game. 4 men stood in this 10 metre area, but they're switching the ball. Shelford to Davis. Davis with the step. Davis has gone. That's Jonathan Davis' very best. Superb play from Warrington. Well, certainly fooled me, Bill. I thought they were playing the numbers game out on the right, but Shelford switched the ball, obviously a set play.
Well, Kelly Shelford, as usual, chief mischief maker, taking the ball there, fooling everybody. Jonathan Davis, once he gets the ball in broken field, he really is devastating, as you've just seen on your screens there. That's 2 super tries, one at each end of the ground. Warrington said they were going to come here and treat Sheffield with contempt. At the moment, it's been the other way around, Mick.
So, eight minutes. Yep, 8 minutes gone. 6-4 to the Eagles, and Jonathan Davis well within his range to equal the scores. Well, a superb try. I'd love to see that again on the video. We just don't have a replay screen in front of us, Bill. But that was, you know, a coach's delight to see a move come off like that. That really complicated move involving all the players on the field, and then some superb individual skills from Jonathan Davis. And there's nobody better, as you say, when he's got when he's going back against the grain and stepping people than Jonathan Davis. And there it is. That's 6-all.
Conversion by number 4, Jonathan Davis, means the score is now 6-all.
Do the kids win the right to do that or something? You know, to do the announcing?
So, Mark Aston gets us away. Forster comes up with the ball, and he's tackled by Mick Cook and Alex Thompson. This is Paul Cullen. You see, Bill, with the striped shirts, you've got Paul Cullen at 11 and Lee Penny at number 1. You really cannot distinguish the numbers, and I don't think that's fair to the paying public.
Well, I can take your point entirely, Mick. I'm having a struggle myself, actually, seeing the numbers. But in this present economic climate, so many rugby league clubs, I've got to scrimp and scrape for every penny. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it, Mick? I can take your point.
I'm not saying you shouldn't change the shirts or change the strips, but you should keep in mind the paying public, I think. Davis under pressure then from Bruce Maguire and Anthony Farrell. Bruce Maguire comes up with a knock. David Mann almost breaks that first line of defence. Mark Gamson with his first touch. Ducks under 1. Thompson, good tackle. Tees underneath and met him head on. Lee Jackson now. Long ball to Powell. Daryl Powell. Couldn't feel that, and again I would dispute with Mr. Moyes whether that was a knock-on or not. That ball certainly looked to me as though it went backwards from Daryl Powell's hand. So this time, Warrington stacking deep on their left. Ellis, the link man, but Forster takes it in. We'll probably see the set play from this play of the ball. No, Elliott works the ball up to the Eagles 40 line. Mackie, of course, commander-in-chief of this team, directing play all the time, never stops talking, never stops directing play. The ball will come to him this time, and he turns Shelford in again, and Shelford trying to bring Cullen running. Cullen to Lee Penny. You know it's Lee Penny because he doesn't have a number on. This is Shelford, nice ball to Tees. Lovely ball from Kelly Shelford. Tees is still going, throws a wild one away, and that's an Eagle ball. What a beautiful ball from Kelly Shelford. He manufactured that from nothing, Bill.
Kelly Shelford, you know, he's got such great vision, and you tell me why the Kiwis didn't include him in the team that's just been thrashed by Great Britain, Mick.
Well, I'm sorry, Bill, I'll pass on that one. I couldn't give you a reason. I've been a fan of Kelly Shelford's for many years, and that's a knock-on from Lee Jackson. Just being distracted, just took his eyes off the ball, and the Eagles paid the penalty. And Gary Tees just, I don't know whether he's tying his boots up or he's showing Mr. Morris his new boots. Well, we have to stop the game for that, I don't know. These are highly played professionals now. Ellis, long ball to Davis. Davis got outside his man, and he's dragged in by Linton Stott. Well, again, Davis, that acceleration off the mark. He just went round Richard Price there and made Richard Price look statuesque. Chambers, good hit. Good pass, got the ball away. Shelford stops, goes inside, accelerates. Looking lively now, Warrington seem to have all the options. Ellis to Davis. Good defence from the Eagles, sliding right across and fill the gaps in. This is Mackie. Well, that looked like a forward pass. If that wasn't a forward pass, there will never be another one. Last tackle now. Shelford, has he tore one through? Dummies. Oh, my word. Kelly Shelford. Mesmerising this Eagles defence then. The defence was all set. They had the numbers. Kelly Shelford, on the 15th minute then, showed the ball on the outside and 2 left foot steps, and he cleared that sliding defence. That's one thing the sliding defence is always prone to, Bill, is that man propping off the left foot. Oh, whichever foot he props off against the grain.
Well, I think the thing is, Mick, no disrespect to the Eagles' defence. When you've got the likes of Ellis, Mackie, Davis and Shelford running about, you might as well tackle each other, because each one of those players can beat a man from a standing start, a running start, and that's how Warrington have been going on all season. It's good to watch, Mick.
Yeah. All those players right on top of their form and seem to be picking all the right options out.
I'm going to write this goal down. Watch him miss it. The Eagles have been doing that sort of way from here, haven't they?
Yeah.
We watched the Saints game on the way here. That was a good effort.
Yeah. So Jonathan Davis. With the conversion, 12 points to 6. Warrington lead. 16 minutes gone. Then again, that all came from an Eagles mistake when Lee Jackson took his eye off the ball at the play of the ball, Will.
Yeah, and there's nobody quicker than Kelly Shelford to seize upon opportunities like that. I think we must have a word for the players, though, Mick. We might see 1 or 2 drop balls, because it's not exactly warm round here, is it, Mick?
Well, no. But if it's costing you a couple of £100 for dropping it, Bill, you don't let little things like a couple of degrees in dropping temperature with you. You've got to get on with it, and you've got to do it. So the Warrington now, in the meantime, we've had a change, Bill. Teitzel's on for Oh, tight slump for Gary Teens. Must have not recovered from that, what looked like an ankle injury he had sustained just a couple of minutes ago. So the Eagles have got to get right back on this game. Richard Price putting some pressure on Jonathan Davis. That ball goes straight to Mark Gamson. Mark Gamson right back upfield with the ball. David Mann will go. David Mann goes and makes a good 10. Turns that Warrington defence back. And Warrington had 7 men offside then. Mr. Morris demanding to get back this time. Eagles spreading the ball. This is Powell. Coming back, finds a hole. But good tackling from Paul Cullen. This is Bruce Maguire. Last tackle now. Aston will put this high. And Darryl Powell's onside. And takes Lee Penny. Excellent catch from Lee Penny. Under tremendous pressure then from Darryl Powell. Never took his eye off the ball. And that's Rob Myler bringing the ball away. Oh no, sorry, Forster. Meantime, Warrington work the ball out in their own quarter. Jonathan Davis with a bit of space to run. And that side step, but taken by the cover. Chambers on a charge. Good play, Warrington. Sure hands. Hardly dropped a ball so far. And that's Teitzel. That looked ponderous. That looked contrary to what Warrington have been producing so far. Again, Davis under some pressure. And Stott takes that ball deep in his own quarter and just makes it out to the 10-metre line. This is David Mann working well, the two wingers. Well, Warrington asking all the questions of the Eagles, Bill.
Well, that's how Warrington will keep playing the game, mate. When they've got hold of it in their own quarter or the other team's quarter, so many players with attacking flair, you just don't know what's going to come next. However, the game's settling down now. Eagles have got some concerted possession together. I'm sure it won't be long before we see a red shirt tearing up the pitch, Mick.
Hopefully so, Bill. And Mark Aston puts one deep. Penny bringing the ball away. Under 21 international Lee Penny. Scored a great try in last season's fixture at Rochdale. Oh, good defence from the Eagles. Good chase. Good powering on the tackle from Sheridan and Anthony Farrell. That's Elliott working his way upfield. Shelford with a little one over the top. Oh, nice tidy housework from Ryan Sheridan. Bruce Maguire. Eagles had numbers on the left then, but Bruce Maguire just kept hold of the ball. This is Mick Cook. Mick Cook, not sure what to do himself then. Eagles will spread the ball this time. Flat ball for Ian Hughes. Eagles, of course, scored off that move on Wednesday against Wigan. Powell. Another strong player, last tackle. Options on for the Eagles now. What will they take? Go to hand, they've done this so many times this season. They've taken that option so many times this season, Bill, you know, it certainly has paid dividends for them. They've scored lots of tries on the fifth tackle in their opponent's quarter, in the opponent's last quarter of the field.
Well, to be honest, Mick, I was waiting for somebody to chip the ball over the defence there. However, like you're saying, if it's worked for the Eagles in the past, you can't knock them for carrying on with it. Interesting stage of the game, Mick. I think if Warrington get another converted score before the Eagles get back in the game, it might become one-way traffic, Mick.
Well, that's always a possibility, because they're certainly looking right on top of the game, Warrington. And if they do get that cushion of 12 points, 12, 18 points, then they will be able to chance their arm a little bit more. This is Mackey. It's Ellis. And it's play on. This is Linton Stott, and Linton Stott becoming a big favourite of this crowd. Nice little ball from Aston to Maguire. And again, Warrington had 5 men offside on this area, and definitely involved in play with those 5 men. Lee Jackson goes, and again Lee Jackson needs a man coming to him. When Lee Jackson picks up and goes like that, players have got to come on the angle to him. Mick Cook battling his way through. Eagles mounting some pressure now. Sheridan, Aston trying to slip the ball. On to Darryl Powell. Meantime, Gamson gets one off to Linton Stott. Linton Stott, he's tackled. This is the last tackle. And again, Mr. Morris just not adjudicating on the offside. Don't want to sound biased, Bill. You know, I just think Mr. Morris is just not applying the offside law at all.
Well, without wishing to have a go at the referee, he's clearly wrong, but you would expect a touch judge or somebody to draw his attention to that. Good to see Sheffield trying to kick on that occasion, Mick. Even if it was a bit strong, they're definitely still in the game, and if anything, I think the Sheffield forwards are making more yardage in the opposition quarter than the Warrington forwards were, Mick.
Yeah, both sides playing well. This is Teitzel. Signed for Millwall this season. And Chris Rudd. And we all remember the try that Chris Rudd scored 2 or 3 seasons ago here to clinch the match for Warrington. Last time the Eagles were in the First Division. Ball deep this time, Jonathan Davis. Oh, nice little play. Well, he's grown in confidence this season. On Jonathan Davis and Ian Hughes. Well, Ian Hughes stupidly going to Jonathan Davis long after he kicked the ball. And that's asking to be sent off. And there was nothing at all in the kick. It wasn't a good kick. That would have been an Eagle restart on the 20-metre. Well, that's unprofessional. If you want winning money, I don't think you need to be indulging in all that kind of stuff, Bill.
Well, year in, year out, I love coming to Don Valley. I always look in the paper to see the Eagles result after I've seen the Warrington game, of course. And I would hope that that's an isolated incident and we can get back to the exciting end-to-end football we've been enjoying this far in, Mick.
It really is out of character for the team and out of character for Ian Hughes. Just a matter of frustration more than anything else. But you've got to keep tight hold of your emotions if you want to pick up points in the First Division. And giving Jonathan Davis kicks it like this at goal is not the way to win First Division games. So 25 minutes gone, and Jonathan Davis looking to increase Warrington's lead to 8 points. And he's right on form with his goal kicking. That's 3 right on the spot. "25 minutes gone, 14 points to 6. Warrington lead.
Makes the score 6-14.
Ring it. You've got to be sat here in May.
Yeah. So Elliott, hands on to Forster. Is it Forster, Bill, or Foster?
Forster with an R, Mick.
Thank you, Will. And that looks like Mackie. Was it?
Elliott.
Oh no, it's Elliott working the ball away then. Yes. This is Teitzel. Good tackle underneath by Alex Thompson. Chambers now gets the roll going, brings Warrington forward. This kick is on though. I often wonder if that's good policy when you've got a roll on, even no matter what the the number is in the tackle count. When you've got a roll on like that, I really think you should go to hand and take your chance. Maguire, well, Linton Stott made more of that ball than Bruce Maguire gave him chance for. It wasn't a good ball to be given, but Linton Stott did his best with it. So Powell now to play the ball. Bruce Maguire this time drives it in, twists. Can't get the ball away. Mark Aston almost playing pitch and putt golf with the ball. Mark Aston seems to be placing it on the sixpence, and a good chase from the Eagles. Stott and Price down, and they took Rob Myler out, and a good chase again. Good pursuit from Richard Price. Just stops that second ball carrier making any yardage. So there's a good containment from the Eagles. 3 tackles gone. Eagles defence set. Chambers makes no yards that time. And Mr. Morris getting the Eagles well back. Well, that's a good 12 metres there, not 10. So not consistent, certainly, Mr. Morris. And again, Jonathan Davis under pressure. And it's not a very good kick. Mark Gamson goes the only way he knows. Straight up the field, over the grass. Mark Aston onto Alex Thompson. And a good tackle from Teitzel. And the Eagles fans trying to get the chant going. And Lee Jackson toes that ball over. This is Myler. Rob Myler gets rid of Sheridan. Beats Gamson. Good football. 29 minutes gone. And Lee Jackson towed the ball over to definitely the wrong man then, Bill.
Well, Lee Jackson, it's all right for everybody to point the finger at him, but if that kick had been gathered in by an Eagle, that would have been a try at the other end. But like I've said on the tape already, Warrington with pace all over the place. You give him space and they will in fact kill you. But there again, Lee Jackson, he's just unfortunate. If an Eagles player had took the kick, we'd have had a try at the other end, Mick.
Oh, certainly, Bill. And the Eagles trailing by 12 points and making a change. Hughes goes off and Randall comes on. Not the biggest forward in the world, Randall, but certainly gets through a lot of work. In the meantime, Carson gets us off. Mackey feeds Paul Cullen, and Randall is straight in with a tackle. This is Forster. Good tackle from Bruce Maguire and Mick Cook. Oh, Bruce Maguire and Alex Thompson, I should say. Warrington bringing the ball up. Chambers. Kick is on this time, is it? No. Shelford again. Just brings that little left foot step in and beats the first defender. Ball to Jonathan Davis this time. That's going high. And Ellis is offside. And that's gone out on the full. And a man down. Is it Jonathan Davis, Bill?
Mick, I don't know. No, it's not Davis. Cullen.
Oh, it's Paul Cullen. Must have been just blocking for Jonathan Davis then to stop the charge on the kick, and took a knock in the process. This is Linton Stott. Anthony Farrell. Farrell showing tremendous strength. Anthony Farrell running like an American linebacker there, Bill.
Anthony Farrell, as you know, Mick, one of my favourite players in the rugby league. And here's a shock for you. If I was picking the Great Britain team tomorrow, he would be in it.
Well, I can't disagree with you. He's been in tremendous form. Well, good defence then from Warrington. Looked like a bad pass from Ryan Sheridan, but booked that down to the Warrington defence. Came right up on Darryl Powell. No chance of taking that pass. This is Mackey. Chambers. That looked like an eye tackle from Anthony Farrell. Wasn't a stiff arm in any way, but certainly eye contact. Mackey to Ellis. Ellis in two minds. Oh, driven back by Mick Cook. Ball this time to Shelford on the short side. And the Eagles. Well, that's a knock on. Will it be first knock on or? It's a turnover. Mr. Morris judging that Warrington knocked the ball on first. And the Eagles then they were all having a woodbine together then.
Yeah, he did look a bit flat-footed, Mick, and I don't know what Bill Gardner is going to say to his troops at half-time, but I think it's going to have to be strong words. The Eagles just need to be quicker when they're carrying the ball, I think, Mick, at the moment.
Yeah, well, they've been under some pressure, Bill. I mean, Warrington have played exceptionally well and moved the ball about with great purpose. Oh, lovely ball from Richard Price. Jackson to Powell. Nice close call to work again. Powell gets the ball off to Lee Jackson. Jackson gets it away. Anthony Farrell eventually comes up with, that'll be a restart, I think. No, Mr. Morris judging that a Warrington player hadn't made contact. Mark Aston with a lovely little chip. Well, that looked dangerous from Mackey. No, I agree with you, Bill. That was never a knock-on. That's the third time, in my opinion, that Mr. Morris has ruled knock-on when a knock-on wasn't on the cards. But that was Greg Mackey there, chancing his arm then.
Well, I could see what he was trying to do, get it back to Lee Penny. But courtesy of Colin Morris, there's a set of 6 from the quarter line, Mick.
Yeah. So, best positions the Eagles have had for a while. Really need to get some points on the board before half-time to maintain any interest in this game. So Alex Thompson gets the Eagles within 5 metres of the line. Anthony Farrell tries to go underneath. Bruce Maguire, or Mick Cook. Good defence from Warrington. Very tight in that ruck area, blocking men out and shoveling them back. That gets you to the top of the first division. That's a good pass from Mark Aston, but Mark Gamson just couldn't take it. Had that ball have gone to Anvil, that would have been a walking try, I think. The 2 men overlap then.
Well, full credit to the Eagles once again. When they're within striking range, they're taking risks, chancing their arm, trying to get the ball out wide, and that's why so many people have turned up at Don Valley today to see 2 exciting rugby league teams, Mick.
Yep. In the meantime, Warrington come up with the ball from the scrum. Ellis. Feeds Elliott. No, it's Forster. So just 3 minutes to go to half-time, and again, Mr. Morris ruling a knock-on that neither myself nor Bill saw. Oh, Darryl Powell then, using his vision very well. Saw the left was blocked out, steadied, and went inside. Sheridan. Richard Price coming straight onto the ball. Good play from the Eagles. Mick Cook. The Eagles, 8 metres from the line. Ashton. Anthony Farrell did well to drag that ball in. Mark Ashton trying to bring his forwards running. Ashton trying to get the late ball. Eventually gets one to Bruce Maguire. Bruce Maguire floats over the top to David Mann. David Mann keeps alive. Good pursuit from Warrington. Warrington chasing everything down. Sheridan toes one over. That's a good kick. It's all on. Oh, Alex Thompson saw the till ringing then.
Well, I tell you what, I don't want to knock the player involved, Mick, but for me, it was easier to score than not score on that occasion, and it's imperative that the Eagles get some points on the board by half-time, Mick.
Yes.
Or it's going to be bye-bye.
You're quite right, Bill. But Alex Thompson then, he just saw the till ringing. He saw he'd scored the try before he got the ball in his hands. He saw the line open and just snatched at the ball. Unfortunate for him. So Warrington will be looking to play this set out and get a good kick on the end of it, and we'll go in with a 12-point lead. Having said that, of course, it could make me feel stupid by going and scoring with this set. Tight slope. Well, this is Cullen working the ball up. Warrington just running the clock down to half-time. There's Chambers to take one. Makes good yards. Last tackle, Jonathan Davis steps up. Positions his optional kicker under no pressure this time, so puts one down, and Linton Stock takes that on the full, beats his first man, beats his second man. Oh, good running, Linton Stock. Good return, good work, good vision. Powell onto man, and again, that's not man, that's Ryan Sheridan. Powell, Jackson, and that definitely was a knock-on ball. Bill and myself agree with that one. Linton Stock, you know, is grown in confidence this season, Bill, and he seems to be doing everything right.
Well, like you said, he's got a point to prove today. When I watched him playing for Woolston, he's about a third the player he is now. When he's got the ball out there on that wonderful pitch today, he only knows one way to go. There's the half-time hooter, Mick.
There's the half-time hooter. Jonathan Davis, while we were talking, just had a look himself, lost eye contact with the ball and knocked on, but not allowed. The Eagles not allowed to punish him for that mistake as the hooter goes. And Warrington go in with an 18-6 lead. So all the questions to be asked of the Eagles team. Can Bill Gardner turn this team around?
League 7, Pro 6. At the Willows, it's Salford 18, Featherstone 6. And Wigan 18 up against Salford. Those are the latest scores.
Well, welcome back to the magnificent Darn Valley Stadium. Half-time score. Eagles 6, Warrington 18. 4 tries in the first half. 100th try for Darryl Powell, and tries for the Warrington club from Davis, Shelford and Myler. I must say, Mick, just before we get underway in the second half, promotional-wise, there's not a club in the country, probably even in the Premier League of Soccer, could rival the Eagles for ideas, getting the children involved, competitions going on, splendid colour, everything to see. A wonderful place to come, Mick.
Certainly is. They're an example for anybody else in rugby league, and I can include all the top clubs in that. The work out in the communities in South Yorkshire, which is certainly not a rugby league area, never has been a rugby league area, has been outstanding.
Thanks to Mick there. Sheffield Eagles, the league's newest club, showing the way. Meanwhile, the ball is within the Eagles' red zone. Warrington at the moment, 2 full scores up. Top of the Stones Bitter Championship. There's Anthony Farrell, as usual, refusing to be tackled. Powerhouse loose forward. Has been out in recent weeks with 2 serious injuries. He's just getting back into it. Looks as strong as ever. Eagles move it to their left. Bruce Maguire taking the tackle there. 12 metres short of the halfway line. Ball comes in field. It is kick time. Mark Aston supplying the kick. So the ball crosses the quarter line there. Lee Penny has another goal, gets across the quarter line. Superb clearing run there. Round of applause comes in from the fairly packed main stand here at Don Valley Stadium. There's Dave Elliott, well wrapped up. Richard Price wearing 3. Colin Morris, 1 or 2 mystifying decisions in the first half. General control was good. Shelford unloads there. A big tackle breaks out midfield. So Warrington then. There's Craig Tytzel piling in. Carl Randall wearing 15 involved in the tackle. Tytzel downed at the halfway line. Ball goes midfield again. Dave Elliott. Bruce Maguire once again involved in the tackle. Warrington move it to their right. It's a skyer. The ball bounces on the quarter line. Bit of indecision. Warrington have come up in possession. Tackle breaks out far side. It will be a rollover. In the 2nd minute now of the second half here at Dun Valley Stadium. Sheffield Eagles presently, I'll just consult my sheet, lying 9th in the Stones Bitter Championship. Just the 4 wins. 5 losses and a draw. Warrington coming into the game, of course, with a 9-2 record. Ball's at the quarter line again. Eagles looking to build from deep. Bit of a mix-up there. David Mann, wearing 5, accepts the tackles. Ball at the wrong end of the field for the Eagles then. And a short clearing run midfield. Colin Morris drags back the Warrington defence, most of the 10. Busting run midfield, Bruce Maguire. Wonderful scene here at Dun Valley Stadium. It's what I would point out to you, a stadium that's council owned. There's a lesson for everybody. So there's a kick right in front of us. That's Rob Myler. Is it a rich vein of scoring form? Eagles content to effect the tackles, try and keep the ball in the Warrington half of the field. Midfield general Greg Mackey unloads there. All quiet at Dun Valley Stadium then. Here's Gary Chambers, the farm prop in British Rugby League at present. The Australians will be here next season. Sure, Gary Chambers will have his eye on the jersey there. Big run midfield, Dave Elliott's going. Super run from him. 25 metres picked up running there. Warrington have stacked deep left. Here's Mackey, unloads. Kevin Ellis does well to keep possession. It is kick time then for Brian Johnson's men. Look for a running move to be worked. Here is Davis to oblige. It's a dropper. Colin Morris signifies no points on the board. So far in the second half, make the usual game of chess. 5 drives and a kick. Sheffield must score first to stay in the game, Mick.
Certainly got to score first, but they've shown no likelihood of it so far. Warrington have been really totally in command. Mr. Managed to stop the game. Looks like an injury to Ryan Sheridan. Well, that will be a blow for the Eagles if Ryan goes off. He said that was a dropper from Jonathan Davis. It was a dropper and a flapper, Bill.
The dropper, a flapper and 1 or 2 other things I can't put on the video. Meanwhile, play the ball takes place midfield. Big tackle breaks out. 15 metres short of the halfway line. Lee Jackson, international hooker, unloads there for sub. Carl Randall. It's Jackson once again, throws infield. Run around move his work. Jackson retains possession. Picks up good yardage on the run. Bargain by for the Eagles club. Lee Jackson, ball came out there. Referee missed it. Ball's gone far side from us. It will be a kick. Lee Penny scampers back. Lee Penny will take his place in the Great Britain under-21s in midweek. Has got a bit of a job on there right now, and he's tackled in goal. A superb defensive chase, Mick.
Terrific chase, but Lee Penny paid the price. Now there's a teaser for you. Lee Penny paid the price for taking his time. He could have had that ball earlier and made it over the goal line.
Well, I'm tempted to say you'll get no change out of Penny, but I won't, Mick. So we'll get the dropout restart from underneath the post away to the right on your screens. Mick Cook taking a super ball there as released Linton Stott, former Woolston amateur, well known in Warrington Amateur Rugby League. Now settled in at the Eagles, Lee Jackson feeds inside for Mick Cook, wearing 12. Sheffield trying to get the ball within the Warrington red zone. It's midfield stuff, it's amongst the big boys. That's Randell wearing 15. Three-man Warrington tackle. Eagles definitely inching closer. Mark Aston feeds on. Warrington with the backs to the wall then. Red line defence time on their own try line. Sheffield Eagles throwing everything, including the kitchen sink. There's a loose ball, however, it's kept alive. Carl Randell crops up in possession. It is kick time for Bill Gardner's Eagles. Correction. Start again. There's an intelligent kick in goal. Ball goes out. Sheffield Eagles, Mick, have come out with the right attitude. They're throwing everything at the Warrington defensive line. From the neutral point of view, a Sheffield score would set up a great finish.
Certainly would, and the team full of character to the Eagles, and will play to the end no matter what the score is. And that's a good set, you know, 2 good sets of 6, and finish off with a really good chip through from Lee Jackson that time. And that's a good drop out though from Lee JD.
Linton Stott tidying up, breaks the half. Spectators still taking the seats here in the main stand at Don Valley. Wonderful scene it is as well. If you've never been to Don Valley Stadium, so who you support, you get on the coach and make your way here. It's well worth the trip. Big run midfield there. Warrington dropping back the required 10. Anthony Farrell's on the prowl, missed out. Ball just short of the quarter line. Farrell comes up in possession, as he usually does when Sheffield are mounting attacks. One of the most difficult players to put away that I've ever seen. There's Mark Aston unloading. Another a clever chip kick for the corner. It's anywhere and everywhere. Touch judge has raised his flag. Nothing going the Eagles' way. We can't see the touchline from here, Mick, but from my point of view, I think the Eagles can count themselves unlucky.
Yeah, that move was set up. They called it, they played the ball earlier. It was executed almost perfectly. I don't see how they could get in touch. In the meanwhile, a kick and chase for Donington Davis and a return from Linton Stott. This game's not over by a long way, Bill.
This game is definitely getting hot. Sheffield Eagles have come out. Bill Gardner must have used the big words at half-time. His team are on the toes. Warrington are on the back foot, still with a 12-point cushion, remember. Bags of time left in the game. Bit of an ooh comes out for the tackle in midfield. Now in the 49th of 80 minutes. That's Darryl Powell, wearing 4. Got an injury in midfield to an Eagle, not sure who it is. Thompson picked up the knot, game progresses. Anthony Farrell missed out, long ball thrown. Bruce Maguire wearing 11 has fed Linton Stott, would dearly love to score against his own town club. Red line defence time once again. I keep telling you, Brian Johnson spends a lot of time on defensive drills. There's a bagatelle play midfield, and the Wire come up in possession. So a bit of respite there for the Warrington defence. Looking to build from deep once again. Kelly Shelford dropped out last week, pulling a hamstring during the pre-match warm-up. Craig Teitzel makes the quarter line and goes, takes defenders with him. Craig Teitzel becoming a force in the Warrington pack just recently. Strong run midfield. Randall gets a tackle in, wearing 15. Warrington edging up then, 8 metres short of the half. Shelford unloads a long ball. Warrington have the overlap. There's a man in supporting field. That is a tremendous try. That started way back near the halfway line, stretching Warrington further out in front. Well, Chris Rudd there set off on a long run. That all started from a play the ball 8 metres inside the Warrington half. Ball went far side of the field. Warrington had an overlap and a man spare inside. Chris Rudd back in the team after many weeks out with a serious ankle injury. Could have just scored the game breaker. You all right, mate? So Jonathan Davis then, after that long-range try, that could in fact be the game breaker, Mick.
Sure, well, definitely. I think that's the game gone. Warrington are just in such a forceful, expansive mood that they're not going to give this game away now. The Eagles really had to score first. And again, it was Kelly Shelford who unleashed that attack, who got Rudd away. And Rudd really is an outstanding ball carrier. He made that look very, very easy. And it's not easy to carry the ball downfield like that and run past good players in the First Division.
Well, there you heard the words. Powerful and expansive. Just about sums up the Warrington performance. Score goes now in the 51st minute. Eagles 6, Warrington 24. Got a substitution taking place for Sheffield Eagles. French international David Frace coming on. And Ryan Sheridan, who had picked up a knock in the early stages of the second half, has gone away. So that's Frace wearing 14 on, Sheridan wearing 6 off. 5 tries now in this entertaining Stones Bitter Championship game at Wilderspool. Kevin Ellis there, off on a short run. Darryl Powell's got a grip, effects the tackle. Ellis plays the ball, runners everywhere. Gary Chambers, rampage in midfield. Lee Jackson involved in the tackle. Warrington then, it's Craig Teitzel, well tackled. Anthony Farrell involved in the tackle. Warrington miles in front in the game. The Eagles, though, only one option to them: to go forward, throw the ball about. Get some of these loyal supporters at Don Valley on the toes, warm everybody up. There's the kick coming in. Fielded on the far side. David Mann, I believe, wearing 5. Tackled 24 metres out. Warrington dropping back on defence then. Eagles looking to build from deep. Tackles not being missed today. Yes, Paul Cullen getting involved in a tackle. Lee Jackson plays for the penalty. Match official not falling for it on that occasion. Long ball released on the far side. Super ball from Powell there. Eagles sticking to the task well. There's a clearing kick. Lee Penny scampers across again. Ball rolls into touch. Next up for the Warrington club at Wilderspool will be Featherstone Rovers. Warrington looking to take maximum points there. Who's next up for the Eagles, Mick?
Pass.
Whoops, sorry about that, mate. Sheffield Eagles, the newest club in the Rugby League. I was saying just after half-time, some of the things they've organised to fill in the half-time break involving the youngsters, the children. A lesson for everybody. Wonderful stadium, marvellous setting, bright colours. Mike Gregory sneaks on for the Warrington club. There he is in his testimonial year. Playing the ball, ex-Great Britain skipper. Short run away there from acting half. Mick's just told me that the Eagles go to Leeds for their next encounter. Correction, it's here at Don Valley, so that's another stiff test for the Eagles. All the big games coming at once for them. Morale can slip after a few defeats. Warrington went through that last year. All you can do is keep plugging away and wait for the win to come. I'll just recap the score for you. Eagles 6, Warrington 24. Look at the clock. 54th of 80 minutes. Warrington keeping it tied in tight. There's a kick for touch. Round of applause coming in for the accurate kick. After today then, Mick, Leeds will be coming to Don Valley. Local derby type stuff. Should be a marvellous atmosphere.
Well, yes, and Leeds losing at half-time today, so both teams will be on 9 points. So that really will be a crunch game. Leeds will have to win the game. Will be going down right down to the lower regions of the First Division, and the Eagles, of course, will need to win it to maintain a mid-table position. Every game is always interesting in the First Division.
Well, there's a big occasion next week here at Don Valley. Meanwhile, Craig Teitzel's attacking the line. Craig Teitzel scores his second try for the Warrington club in the 55th minute. There you saw a scrum down. Possession should have gone to the Eagles. Quick work on the other side of the scrum. Ball was fed out. Craig Teitzel, once he brings his big load with him, there's no stopping him. Makes it 6:28. I'm afraid to tell you, the Eagles starting to look to me as though they may well fall apart in the last quarter. 6 tries in this game now at Don Valley. 5 for the Warrington club. Tries for Warrington from Davis, Shelford, Milet, Rudd and Teitzel. Darryl Powell with the try in the first minute. Score presently 6-28 in favour of the Warrington club. Jonathan Davis, regulation conversion attempt. Warrington said they were going to come here with a much improved attitude from last week. They have done so. Davis looks to convert and is successful. Game slipping away, I'm afraid, Mick.
Well, it slipped away, that first score in the second half. Terrific work then from Warrington. Good awareness, good team awareness. The ball was turned over from the scrum and quick hands moved the ball across field, and Teitzel getting rid of Daniel Powell, which is not an easy thing to do. Strong man Teitzel, not an easy man to shake off Daniel Powell, and just forced his way over the line.
Well, all of that gives us, in the 57th of 80, a score line. Eagles 6, Warrington 30. Warrington's points difference is not healthy. The Stones Bitter Championship last season was decided on points difference, so it is important, everybody, to keep plugging away on both teams. Here's Kevin Ellis, Welsh international, taking big shots in the tackle. So it's John Thursfield, top tackler at Wildersfield, feeding try-scorer Craig Teitzel. Lee Jackson involved in the tackle. Ball goes far side from us. It's a chip kick. Kelly Shelford's look to launch. Jonathan Davis, big pressure being applied. Super work on the far side from Dave Mann for the Eagles. Good attack, good defence there. Top class rugby league still being played. Warrington amateur, Linton Stott, tackle midfield, Mike Gregory involved. Don't forget Mike Gregory's night of amateur boxing at the Park Hall Tuesday. Get down there, he deserves your money, and it will be a good night's entertainment. Meanwhile, tackle on the quarter line, Lee Jackson in possession. Here's Anthony Farrell, looks for options, none forthcoming. Teitzel involved in the tackle, that is Lee Jackson. Mark Aston feeds on. There's a break midfield, it's a super break. Sheffield Eagles still showing, Mark Hampson there, searing attack. There's a kick much too long. Rob Myler feels it in goal and sets outside of play. Touch judge was correct.
Yes, just put a foot on the line in goal, so that'll be a line drop out, but lovely little kick from Daniel Powell then. Didn't want to go into touch, just wanted to put it in the corner and chase and come up with the best option he could get, really.
Well, on the way over to Don Valley today on the Warrington team coach, we watched the Eagles' performance at Knowsley Road, and one David Fraser looked electric on that day. It's good to see him on the park today, Mick.
Yes, he's got some towers, David Fraser. If he gets just half a yard, he really can go down that field.
Well, let's hope the spectators here get a chance to see some of his pace. Eagles attacking midfield then. There's a massive tackle. Lee Jackson scoots away. Lee Jackson picking up yards on his knees. Nothing wrong with that. Craig Teitzel and Mike Gregory on the tackle on that occasion. Score presently 6-30 in favour of the visitors. Randell tackle there. Ball needs to be shifted a bit quicker afield through these Sheffield pairs of hands. However, Anthony Farrell's unloaded. There's a big overlap. As predicted, David Frey scores the try for the Eagles in the 60th of 80. Good handling there, Mick, bringing the ball right across, and as predicted, Frey's on the end of it.
Yeah. Well, excellent play. Darryl Powell not panicking, looked as though the door had closed, he'd gone down a blind alley, but kept alive, and everybody just using quick hands and getting rid of the ball. He ended up with the overlap. And the one match that the Eagles did win when they beat Hull, the response from the fans was enormous. It was almost like a Brazilian soccer club game with drums going and chants going and songs going. It's just a pity with the Eagles just couldn't pick more points up at home, Bill.
Well, Sheffield Eagles opening up new frontiers for British Rugby League. Big run midfield there. Bruce Maguire wearing 11 has unloaded. The Eagles are at it again. That's super play. Richard Price wearing 3. Eagles not down and out. Well, they're down, but they're not out. Eagles looking to get back in the game. Their play's 5 yards faster. Here's Greg Mackey operating at full-back. taking a super catch on the run there. Mark Ganson on the tackle. We have an injury. I think Greg Mackey was tackled on top of the ball there. Would be a crushing blow for the Warrington club if Mackey would have to leave the field. Greg Mackey doesn't get the full congratulations he should. A wonderful player, Mick.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we've said that before, Bill. I said when he came to Warrington last season, Mackey and Shelford, two of my favourite players, and Greg Mackey directs all the tracking. He's a great player to have on your side. He commands the respect of all his team, organises the forwards, creates the link between the backs, and he's not selfish with the ball. He will let the ball go early. He doesn't dwell on the ball unnecessarily.
Well, there's that many attacking options in the Warrington attacking machine. Now it's untrue. Here's one in the Sheffield Eagles attacking machine. David Fraze, French international. At it again, I did tell you. He can go from a standing start. Eagles rampant then, foot on the gas. Bruce Maguire wearing 11. Sloppy ball. Linton Stott under big pressure. Pleased to be able to report Greg Mackey looks to have recovered from his knock. Eagles in possession then, pressing hard. That's Lee Jackson. Alex Thompson wearing 8. Tackle breaks out there on the quarter line. Eagles looking to spread it wide. Bruce Maguire takes the tackles, keeps the ball tied in. Now the Eagles will spread it. That's Darryl Powell wearing 4. Short ball for Anthony Farrell. Brilliant tackle from Lee Penny. Match official awards a try, Mick.
Yeah, well, terrific ball in from Darryl Powell. Good vision, Anthony Farrell. We're talking before the game started. Anthony Farrell seems to have improved his strength by 10 or 15%. I think you doubted that statement, Bill, but I think you'd agree with me now.
Well, I didn't think with Anthony Farrell's physique it was possible to improve it. However, that was a super try. Stewart on camera is alleging a double movement. I've no complaints, Mick.
No, well, I would agree with that. I was just going on to say, having said all that, it just looked like a double movement to me. Anthony just seemed to lift his arm up and put the ball over. Mr. Morris was in the perfect position to see, but awarded the try. Perhaps he just wants to keep the crowd entertained.
Well, whatever, he's keeping the crowd entertained. Aston converts a super kick, score goes 16-30. Well, Mick, I don't know if earlier in the season you saw the Warrington performance at Headingley. Listen to those Eagles fans when the game looked sewn up, and it wasn't. Can the Eagles mount a serious challenge, Mick?
Well, I think anything can happen in the first division. There are so many good teams, Bill, and so many good players. I mean, Warrington have got some really good quality backs that they've got to. But the Eagles have got some good players too, keep the ball moving, and they have a lot of character in the team. You know, another couple of tries and it's going to look very tight, as almost a repeat of the same fixture last season when the Eagles got in front and Warrington came back, Bill.
Yeah, what a great night that was. I remember that Dwayne man dive over try. Anyway, that's history. Big tackle breaking out midfield, involving just about everybody. Here's Bruce Maguire, stepping his game up, hitting the ball harder than he was. Lee Jackson throws for Mark Aston, unloads. David Fraze unable to take the pass. Much needed possession for the Warrington club. Definitely been on the rack for the last 10. There's a tackle breaking out, 16 metres inside the Eagles' half in the 66th of 80 minutes then. Craig Tightsall steams in, as usual, drags the defence with him. Warrington have personnel set left and right. Ball is coming our way, it's Greg Mackey, he cuts, switches play. It's a dazzling running move. Sheffield defence up to the job though. Watching the ball, keeping their eye on the play. Maguire with the tackle. Tackle once again on the quarter line. Colin Morris got his left hand raised. It is kick time. Jonathan Davis will try and supply a dropper. He's wide to his left. So here's a restart from the quarter line for Sheffield Eagles. As Mick said, converted try now for Sheffield. Would get everybody on the toes, would liven us all up and would close the game right down. Warrington on the top of the league won't want to allow any sort of score. There's a tackle right in front of us. Jonathan Davis on the tackle. Mark Aston throws infield. Risky play. Darryl Powell. There's an interception. Jonathan Davis makes the game safe. in the 67th minute. That's a heartbreaker, Mick.
Certainly was. I mean, all credit to the Eagles. They were going for the win. I mean, Darryl Powell just keeping the ball alive, hoping to come up with something, hoping the play was coming, and Jonathan Davis there loitering with intent, and once he gets the ball standing, everybody else has stood. There's only going to be one result, and that's Jonathan Davis under the post.
Well, that's twice today that the Eagles have been trying to play exciting football and have paid the price. Jonathan Davis intercepting, strolled home, and now converts, making the score. Eagles 16, Warrington 36 in the 68th of 80 minutes. Well, Mick, when people pick up the paper tomorrow, if the score remains as it is, they'll think it was an easy stroll out for the Warrington club. Has not been so.
No, it's been a top first division class, and all credit to Warrington. They've come up with the points. It was the same on Wednesday night at Wigan. It looks as though Wigan really drubbed Sheffield, but that wasn't the case. Wigan were very relieved to consolidate the game on about the 60th minute, and up till then it had been an open game.
Well, Warrington then in possession in their own quarter. Eagles fans still staying here, happily enjoying the game, hoping their team can force another score. Colin Morris, with his eye in the sky, has spotted something. Must have been a knock on there at the play the ball. We will have a scrum down. Advantage for the Eagles. Another set of 6 for them. Should result from the quarter line. We're approaching the last 10 minutes. Mark Aston, correction, Darryl Powell, wearing 4, responsible for the last Warrington try, trying to launch the attack. Big tackle breaks out there. Points difference, remember, essential. There's Ian Hughes wearing 10. Lee Jackson assumes the role, acting half. So Jackson throws our way, that is Mark Aston. Anthony Farrell, looking for runners, none available. Jackson goes to acting half again. Warrington back on their own try line, red line defence time. Sheffield moving the ball, great style. Frey's unable to take the pass. Colin Morris will bring back the play. Sheffield proving that when they get the ball wide, Mick, they can create the openings.
Yes, they're moving the ball sweetly through hands. It's going quickly, and it's getting outside the Warrington defence, but just didn't quite had David Frey's taken that. That would have been interesting, but the game's just academical now. Bill, just the crowd just stopping to watch the good football that's been shown by both teams.
Yeah, that's the message from Don Valley. Top-class football being played at all times. Ball crosses the quarter line there. Dave Elliott in possession. Warrington look like remaining on top of the Stones Bitter Championship, whatever happens around the Rugby League. There's Mike Gregory. Farrell involved in the tackle. Lee Jackson completes the job. 9 tries now in this entertaining game. There's Craig Teitzel, scorer of one of those 9 tries. Gary Sanderson and Bob Jackson, long-term injuries for the Warrington club, will be back at Christmas. Competition for jerseys, face now at Wilderspool Stadium. Internationals in the A-team. Get down to Wilderspool Stadium, enjoy their fixture with Featherstone next week, or come and watch the Eagles against Leeds. Big run midfield, Richard Price. There's Darryl Powell going. Eagles fans find their voices on their toes, still cheering their team on. We've got a whistle for something or other.
Well, that was raking out by a Warrington player. Both the linesman and the referee, neither one saw it, and the linesman signalling a knock-on. And Mr. Wallace, no option but to award the scrum to Warrington.
Well, while that was taking place, Kelly Shelford wearing 13 has left the park, probably feeling his hamstring. Paul Cullen wearing 11 has come back on. There he is, midfield, takes a 4-man tackle involving Carl Randell. So Cullen playing the ball then. There's Thursfield. We'll have a look at the clock. 7.5 minutes remaining now at Don Valley. Craig Tightsall looks for support, takes the tackle. Bruce Maguire on the tackle. Once again, it's Sheffield 16, Warrington 36. Warrington knew when they came here they have had bad times in recent years at Don Valley, but not today. There's Mackey. There's a kick. Linton stop, watching the ball, needed to attack it. However, possession goes to the Eagles. Midway inside their own red zone, Warrington players picked up a knock. No stoppages in Pro Rugby League, game going on. Tackle breaks out this time on the quarter line. Lee Jackson throws infield. There's Alex Thompson wearing 8. Not sure who the Warrington player is with the knock. It's Jonathan Davis. However, Eagles looking to get the ball wide again. Look at that, crash tackle midfield, Paul Cullen. Anthony Farrell, Bruce Maguire, almost busting the defensive line. Jonathan Davis getting lengthy attention for his knock. Eagles break the halfway line. It's a kick put in. Lee Penny takes it like a mid-off, breaks the quarter line, sets off on the run, and he's gone. Lee Penny breaks the half. Lee Penny takes a huge shot in the tackle. Excellent play from Penny there. That's why he's a GB player. Mike Gregory, ex-GB skipper, takes a tackle. Darryl Powell involved. Great play from Lee Penny, Mick.
Yes, tremendous play. Took the ball on the full, jumped, came down, set off and beat 2 or 3 men. And it just took some good cover from Richard Price and Mark Gamson to bring him down. Had he have linked in with the player there, I think that would have been another 6 points.
Meanwhile, Dave Elliott trying to be constructive midfield, takes the shots from Ian Hughes. Here's Mike Gregory then. Mike Gregory keeping the ball tied in. Still nobody leaving Don Valley Stadium, everybody's loving the game. Greg Mackey gets a skyer off. Mark Aston drops up, instigates the attack. Darryl Powell, wearing 4, is hammered. 9 tries, be nice if we could get 10 in this Stones Bitter game. Sheffield Eagles surrendering nothing. Alex Thompson there. Lee Jackson assumes the role. I feel the ball's coming our way. Mark Aston. Well, Richard Price there feeling the full force of a Jonathan Davis tackle. Davis looks to be recovered from his knock. There's Rendell. David Frey's coming infield, following the ball about. Eagles trying to use his extreme pace. Linton Stott. Super kick from Linton Stott. Linton Stott using his brain there and denied a magical moment, Mick.
That's right, that's not the first time he's done it. He's actually scored a couple of tries with that kind of movement. Keeps away, keeps alive, and poses a real threat on the Warrington line then. And Warrington really happy to get that ball out into dead.
Well, I'll consult the clock. Less than 4 minutes to go now at Don Valley Stadium. Anthony Farrell sprints 20 yards, attacks the defensive line. Stopped on this occasion. 2-man Warrington tackle involving Gary Chambers. So, Eagles then. Well, I was just going to say slick hands and the ball goes to ground. Time to start thinking about men of the match. I'll pick a man of the match for the Eagles. I'll ask Mick to pick a man of the match for the Warrington club momentarily. Jonathan Davis, scorer of a super try in the first half. Meanwhile, Greg Mackey's at it. Here's Kevin Ellis. Kevin Ellis takes a tackle from Mark Aston. I'm still trying to think of a man of the match for the Eagles. Here's Mike Gregory steaming onto the ball. 2-man tackle upon him, all quiet at Don Valley Stadium. Mick, I'm going to pick out for the Eagles, Lee Jackson.
Well, he's played well. You could have 2 or 3 players for the Eagles. They haven't performed badly, Bill. It's just that they've got Warrington right on the crest of a wave, right on top of the game, both cooperatively as a team and as individuals. So I've no qualms about the score. They're just unfortunate to catch Warrington on a bad day. If you want the man of the match for me for Warrington, it has to be Jonathan Davis. Kelly Shelford's played well, of course. Mackey's played well. Kelly Shelford's been instrumental in a lot of the tries, but Jonathan Davis has treated the crowd to some wonderful stuff today. 2 good tries.
Well, there's our votes of thanks to Lee Jackson and Jonathan Davis. Everybody here at Don Valley today have thoroughly enjoyed the occasion. Eagles still with the foot on the gas. 2 minutes then to the hooter on my clock. There's a 3-man overlap. Lee Penny needed to be awake there. Sheffield Eagles not throwing in the towel, still looking to get on the score sheet. 2 tries for Davis, a try for Teitzel, try for Shelford, try for Myler, try for Rudd. For the Eagles, try for Powell, and a try for Fraze. Try for Anthony Farrell for me was the Eagles' best try, even if there was an element of doubt about it. There's a long drop out again, fumbled. Warrington's defensive chase late in the game is still good. That's Rendell accepting the tackles. Colin Morris has kept control of the game well. He's enabled everything to keep moving. All the supporters have had full entertainment value. Lee Jackson's looking to provide some more. Eagles going backwards on that occasion. Randell dropping on the ball. Clock just being run down now somewhat aimlessly. The travelling Warrington support will look to give their heroes a standing ovation at the end of this game. The Eagles fans can go away, I think, and take heart. The attacking skills have been there. Darryl Powell wearing 4. Well, there's a super try. Mick's enjoyed that try so much, I'll let him describe it for you.
Well, Darryl Powell again showing his vision. He's made 3 superb passes today. 1 for a try for Anthony Farrell, 1 for a try for Jonathan Davis. And that magical piece of sleight of hand put Mark Aston unopposed under the post. I think he got a nice round of applause from the Eagle supporters. A nice way to finish the game.
Certainly was. Darryl Powell showing you what talent he still has got. But Aston try coming there in the 79th of 80 minutes. It's all over by the shouting. Respectability for Sheffield Eagles. It is to be hoped they can prosper, become a force in rugby league with this toehold that they've established in Sheffield. Aston converts his own try. Score now, Eagles 22, Warrington 36. Well, as the clock ticks round into injury time, I've thoroughly enjoyed my trip to Don Valley, as ever. Everybody, from the people selling the programmes, the blokes on the turnstiles, the bar staff, all the management, the stewards, all got a smile on the face. Wonderfully friendly place to come. I'm Bill Stewart, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Here's Mick to sum up the game for you.
Thank you, Bill. Like yourself, I've enjoyed the game, even though it's been a big defeat for the Eagles. You got to take pleasure in watching a team function as well as Warrington have functioned today. I've said it before and don't mind saying it again. Everybody right on top of the game, playing to a good game plan, set plays working. That first try, Bill, I'm going to go home quickly and get the video and replay that and just see how that worked out. Excellent display from Jonathan Davis, some nice touches. So Warrington staying top of the first division, and the Eagles still looking for some more points at home.
Well, thanks, Mick. 10 tries at Don Valley. Final score, Eagles 22, Warrington 36.